Good morning, biology 5th and 6th period students. This is Mr. Sala and got some important information and your instructions for today's assignment. The first thing you should be doing is checking the grade book and looking at things you turned in or did not turn in. A few of you are still missing the syllabus Google form. You would want to get that completed by Wednesday, or I'll have to start making calls to those that did not turn it in. Two other assignments that can be turned in by Wednesday without penalty are the SALA student survey and the textbook scavenger hunt. Those are posted today. If you have done that and you have received credit for it, that's not for you. If you have done that and you didn't get a chance to turn it in, you can send a picture of it to my email gsala@mcusd1.net, or you can just redo it if you don't have the form. I'd like those by Wednesday. The only thing you can't receive full credit for right now, but you can receive half credit if you complete it by Wednesday, would be the assignment from last week Friday. So we're talking 10 days ago. That was the remote learning from the first week that had to deal with Hidden Forest. I did not receive that from some of you, but again, we're this far out now. You should have completed it, and it's in the grade book. Do take note of the assignment due dates going forward. So for today's assignment, you have until Wednesday for that to be due, and I'll start looking at that and giving feedback to those that have done it. Also, your first assessment, your first quiz will be Friday through Teacher Ease, and that'll cover everything we've talked about in class from day one. Some of the notes you've taken already and some of the things we will cover this week. All right, the last thing I want to talk to you about before we get into what you should be doing today is having Kami, the Kami app, running on your computer. It was pushed out, it's on your computer. You need to be familiar with it as we move forward. When we start to take notes, you're going to complete your notes in a Google Doc. So here is a Google Doc that, again, I've titled Biology Notes Fall 2020. So again, now, anytime I refer to notes, you would keep that in this Google Doc. You would date it, have a topic, and you would add your important notes to that. So this is something you should have opened on Wednesday when you looked at the scientific method PowerPoint and I asked you to create notes. I will collect these every 2 to 3 weeks to see that you are taking down and getting the most important information for biology. Another way you can do this is, again, with the Kami app. So I'm going to click the app right here, and Kami's going to open, and then open from Google Drive, my account, and then I can open up that biology notes. And you can see I had previously scribbled here. You have your writing tool. You can choose to control the thickness of the stroke, and then you can just go ahead and write on your Google Doc. You can write on PDFs, which is what today's assignment is. So again, you're just writing info, and again, you most likely have a stylus with your Chromebook. Right, so we're familiar with that. All right, so looking at what you should be doing today, again, here's the instructions here. I will post this clip when we are done in just a minute. Watch the YouTube clip for instructions and important information. You're going to review your notes on the scientific method that was assigned last week, Wednesday, that had the PowerPoint. And then again, open this PDF in Kami, and then you'll complete that assignment. So here's what that assignment looks like. Again, if I'm going to Kami, I'm going to open from Google Drive, and this is the assignment that we'd be looking at today. I am going to demonstrate how you would complete number 1, and then you can complete 2, 3, and 4 on your own. So looking at the scenario for number 1, and again, the topic is the scientific method. So number 1 is Paddy Power. Obviously, these are SpongeBob related scenarios. Mr. Krabs wants to make Bikini Bottoms a nicer place to live. He has created a new sauce that he thinks will reduce the production of body gas associated with eating Krabby Patties from the Krusty Krab. He recruits 100 customers with a history of gas problems. He has 50 of them in Group A eat Krabby Patties with the new sauce. The other 50, Group B, eat Krabby Patties with sauce that looks just like new sauce but is really just a mixture of mayonnaise and food coloring. Both groups were told that they were getting the sauce that would reduce gas production. 2 hours after eating the Krabby Patties, 30 customers in Group A reported having fewer gas problems, and 8 customers in Group B reported having fewer gas problems. All right, so we have to look at what are the people in the control group. So remembering from the notes, the control group are going to be the group of people that did not receive any change, or they didn't receive what the independent variable was. So in this scenario, that would be Group B. So those are the people in the control group, because in Group A, they received the new sauce. So what is the dependent variable? Remember, the dependent variable is the one thing you're changing. So that would be the new sauce. That would be the people in Group A that received the new sauce, which is the independent variable. The dependent variable is going to be the response to what you changed. So the response to the independent variable, and again, what Mr. Krabs is hoping to accomplish is with the new sauce, he's hoping to reduce the amount of gas. Right? And then this question here is, what should Mr. Krabs' conclusion be? Well, 2 hours after eating the Krabby Patties, 30 customers in Group A reported having fewer gas problems. So looking at that, you would have 30 people had reduced gas, but that's 30 out of 50. So if we actually look at that, that's 60%. Again, this is where scientists have to come to some conclusion. Now, from my point of view, that would be too low to really prove that the new sauce was the cause of the reduced gas production. And I'm going to allow you to answer this question here. So again, Group B did not receive the independent variable. They thought they did, but they did not. But 8 out of the 50 people reported feeling better by having reduced gas. So what would this answer be here based on that? I'm going to leave that open to you to see if you can answer it, and then you would want to go ahead and complete scenarios 2, 3, and 4. Again, any questions, email me. I'll have further instructions tomorrow and mention when we will be setting up Google Meets. for you to log in and ask additional questions. All right, have a good day and talk to you tomorrow.